Picture this. You're on the couch with a perfect brownie, a bowl of ice cream, or a bag of chips. Suddenly, your cat jumps up, gives you those slow, blinking eyes, and puts on their best "I'm starving and you've betrayed me" face, even though their food bowl is still warm from dinner. You cave. Most of us do. You offer just a tiny bite because you love them and you want them to feel included. It feels sweet, even harmless. But here's the truth. Some of the most common human foods in our homes can quietly damage your cat's organs, blood cells, or nervous system, even in tiny amounts. In this video, you're going to learn about 10 human treats you must never, ever give your cat, no matter how cute they look. Plus, I'll share some safer ways to spoil them without risking a terrifying emergency vet. The scariest part isn't just the food itself. It's that many of these dangerous items are completely normal in our kitchens and hide in places you'd never expect. We all know chocolate is bad, but it's also in brownies, cookies, protein bars, and hot cocoa mixes. Onion and garlic aren't just visible chunks. They're powders lurking in soups, sauces, gravies, and even baby food. Grapes and raisins sneak into cereals, trail mixes, and holiday dishes. If you like to share your plate, there's a good chance you've already offered your cat something from this list without even realizing the danger. Let's start with the one almost everyone has heard of, but still underestimates. Chocolate and cocoa. Chocolate contains two chemicals, theobromine and caffeine, that cats' bodies are terrible at processing. These substances can overstimulate their heart and nervous system, leading to vomiting, restlessness, rapid breathing, an abnormal heartbeat, tremors, and in high doses, seizures. Dark chocolate and baking chocolate are the most dangerous because they have the highest concentration. The biggest mistake people make is thinking, "It's just a crumb," or "My cat only licked the bowl." For a 10-pound cat, what looks like a crumb to you can be a significant dose. The safest rule is simple. Your cat never needs to taste chocolate. Not once. Lock it away, keep batter bowls out of reach, and stick to cat-safe treats. Next up are onions, garlic, leeks, and chives. It doesn't matter if they're raw, cooked, powdered, or hidden in a sauce, they're all dangerous. These plants contain compounds that damage a cat's red blood cells, causing a type of anemia that might not show up for a few days. Your cat could seem perfectly fine after licking some gravy, then become weak, tired, or breathless days later. Many takeout dishes, baby foods, and canned soups are loaded with onion or garlic powder, making just a taste of my dinner a lot riskier than it looks. If you ever notice your cat has pale gums, is unusually tired, or collapses, and you know they might have gotten into something with onion or garlic, that's a same-day vet emergency. Don't wait and see. Then there are grapes and raisins. For a long time, people thought these were only a problem for dogs, but major veterinary and poison control centers now treat them as a serious risk for cats, too. They can cause sudden, acute kidney failure. The terrifying part is that scientists still don't know exactly why some animals react so badly, and there is no known safe amount. This means one grape might do nothing to one cat but could seriously harm another. In our homes, grapes and raisins are everywhere, used as snacks, mixed into trail mix, baked into cereal bars, and added to holiday stuffings and desserts. The only safe policy is absolute zero sharing. Your cat should never get a grape, a raisin, or any dish that contains them. And here's a thought that should stop every cat owner in their tracks. Right now, somewhere in this country, a cat is getting sick from a food its owner honestly thought was a loving little treat. It's almost never someone being cruel. It's a child holding out a grape, a guest offering a cheesy chip, or an owner letting their cat lick a sauce that's full of garlic. The question isn't, do you love your cat? The real question is, do you actually know what their body can and can't handle? By the time you finish this video, you'll know more than most people you meet online. Moving on, let's talk about alcohol and raw bread dough. It should be obvious that you should never give alcohol to a cat on purpose, but accidents happen. People leave glasses of wine, beer, or cocktails where pets can reach them, or they don't clean up spills quickly enough. In cats, even a small amount can depress the brain and breathing, cause vomiting, low body temperature, stumbling, and in severe cases, a coma. Raw yeast dough brings a double danger. First, it can expand in the warm, moist environment of the stomach, causing painful bloating. Second, the fermenting yeast produces alcohol internally. That bowl of rising dough on your kitchen counter is a hazard you might not have recognized. Keeping dough and drinks completely out of reach is non-negotiable if you have a curious cat. Another everyday risk is caffeine. It's not just in coffee. It's in tea, energy drinks, some sodas, and even in things like caffeine tablets or pre-workout powders. Caffeine is a powerful stimulant for a cat's heart and nervous system. It can cause restlessness, rapid breathing, a high heart rate, tremors, and potentially seizures. Your morning coffee mug, that half-finished energy drink on the table, or spilled coffee grounds in the trash can all pose a threat if your cat decides to investigate. Again, thinking it just a lick completely underestimates how tiny your cat's body is compared to yours. Instead of letting them have a taste, keep all caffeinated products secured and give them attention, not sips. Now for xylitol. This is a sugar substitute found in many sugar-free gums, candies, mints, some peanut butters, baked goods, and even certain oral care products. Most of the scary stories you hear are about dogs, where xylitol causes a rapid release of insulin, leading to dangerously low blood sugar and liver damage. While there's less data for cats, poison control and veterinary experts agree that xylitol-containing products should be considered completely off-limits for them too. The problem is, many people don't read the fine print on their gum or peanut butter labels. If you ever use peanut butter to hide a pill for your cat, you must make sure it's a brand that clearly states it contains no xylitol. One of the biggest myths we need to bust is about milk and dairy. So many of us grew up seeing cartoon cats happily lapping up bowls of milk, so it feels natural to share our ice cream, yogurt, or cheese. But in reality, most adult cats are lactose intolerant. They don't produce enough of the enzyme needed to digest the lactose in cow's milk. This means giving them milk or dairy can cause diarrhea, gas, and an upset stomach, even if they seem to enjoy the taste. Just because they survive, it doesn't mean they're thriving. Owners often do unconnect their cat's chronic soft stools or smelly litter box with the cute little milk treats they re-giving. If you really want to offer a milk-like treat, look for lactose-free cat milks designed specifically for them. Next are fatty table scraps and salty junk foods. Think fried chicken skin, bits of a burger, bacon, cheesy fries, or salty chips. These are loaded with fat and often salt, which can inflame the pancreas, contribute to obesity, and disrupt your cat's fluid and electrolyte balance. In the short term, you might just see some vomiting or diarrhea. But long term, you're stacking the odds toward pancreatitis and other weight-related diseases. Our culture often normalizes sharing our plates with our pets, especially during holidays and barbecues, but your cat's body just isn't built to handle that kind of fat and salt. A much better habit is to keep your cat's treats completely separate and never scrape your leftovers into their bowl. Another risky area is raw meat, raw eggs, raw fish, and bones. Raw animal products can carry dangerous bacteria like Salmonella or E. coli, which can make both you and your cat sick. Raw egg whites contain a compound that can interfere with a B vitamin called biotin, and some raw fish can destroy thiamine, another essential B vitamin, leading to neurological problems if fed regularly. And bones, especially cooked bones, are a huge danger. They can splinter, causing broken teeth, injuries to the throat, or dangerous blockages and tears in the digestive tract. Some owners are interested in raw diets, but these should only be attempted under close veterinary guidance, with a full understanding of the risks and hygiene required. Tossing your cat a raw chicken bone from dinner is not a safe treat. So, what should you do if your cat has already gotten into one of these foods? The absolute worst thing you can do is to wait and see, especially after they've eaten chocolate, onions, garlic, a large amount of fatty food, alcohol, caffeine, grapes, raisins, xylitol, or raw dough. If you know or even just suspect your cat has eaten something dangerous, the first step is to remove their access to any more of it. Then, try to figure out what and how much they might have eaten. Immediately contact your veterinarian or an animal poison control hotline. Please, do not try home remedies you find online like forcing them to consume salt, milk, or hydrogen peroxide without a vet's guidance. Those can cause even more problems. Fast, professional advice is always the safest bet. The bigger shift, though, is changing your entire mindset about treats. Treats aren't about sharing your exact food. They're about sharing a moment of connection. Your cat doesn't need a piece of cheese or a lick of chocolate to feel loved. What they really need is your attention, playtime, and snacks that are actually good for them, given in moderation. Keep a bag of vet-approved cat treats handy, or maybe a small container of plain, cooked, unseasoned meat set aside just for them. When they start begging at the table, you can give them their special, safe treat in their own bowl after your meal is over, instead of giving them something directly from your plate. Over time, they'll learn that the best reward doesn't come from your fork, it comes from you choosing to keep them healthy and safe. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on keeping your pets happy and healthy.